Hello, YouTube family. How's everybody tonight? I am Texas Beach Mom, or Mama Robin, whichever you prefer. It's been a while since I've done a video. Actually, a long while. I had gotten to the point where I just wasn't mentally able to do them anymore. Um, I've heard a lot of content creators talk about how you get burnt out, and I thought, no, this is easy. Um, it is and it isn't. I think what I went through was burnout. I wasn't doing much of anything. I was planned on being back a lot sooner than this. I even planned on popping in once in a while and saying hi, and I didn't do that either. But I am back, and I'm back with a new story. Um, Anybody that's familiar with my content is familiar with the Lady Bird Lake mysterious deaths or mysterious drownings. I think the total that I gave you all last time was 18 in like 2 years. If I'm incorrect on that number, you can correct me in the comments. That's what I'm remembering. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. It happens occasionally. But anyway, it took me a while to come back. And part of the reason why I left is I was hoping that I would get enough money together to buy a new laptop because the laptop I have is slowly dying. I was going to get a new laptop. I was going to download some software for editing. I was going to learn how to use it. I was going to make better videos. That was the plan. Haven't got the new laptop yet. And the laptop I have really just isn't doing that much. That's why I'm still doing these on my phone. But like I said, everybody familiar with the mic stuff is familiar with Lady Bird Lake. And Lady Bird Lake, like I said, was I think 18 mysterious drownings over 2 years. Most of those, I would say 95% of those were male. And I'd say about 90% were Hispanic or looked like they could be Hispanic. Just drowning, just showing up over 2 years. That's ridiculous. And I've not heard any more about it. But recently a story caught my attention. There's been drownings in the bayous of Houston, which of course is also in Texas. So tonight we're going to talk about the bayou shadows. I am reading from a script that I wrote. So just bear with me because I'm got the script on one phone and I'm recording with another. So, welcome to the Bayou Shadows. Tonight we plunge into the heart of a city, grappling with an unnerving mystery, a series of discoveries that send a ripple of dread through its very core, a city built on a labyrinth of waterways, where the shadows sometimes stretch a little longer and the secrets run a little deeper. We're talking about Houston. Let me see if I can do this just a little bit better, so I'm not looking down. For 2 weeks in the sweltering late summer, the bayous of Houston seemed to awaken with a chilling frequency. One body, then another, and another. 6 in total. 6 lives found in the murky embrace of the city's green arteries. Brays Bayou, White Oak Bayou, Buffalo Bayou. Their names, once identifiers of scenic paths and tranquil waters, become synonymous with growing unspoken fear. It began quietly. A discovery here, an investigation there, but as the numbers climbed, a dark narrative began to form in the public consciousness. 6 bodies in 2 weeks. It was too many to be coincidence, wasn't it? The whispers started in hushed tones, then exploded into social media. Hashtags emerged. Theories spun wildly, and one chilling phrase began to echo across the digital landscape: the Bayou Killer. Fear is a powerful architect of belief. In the absence of immediate answers, the human mind fills the void with its anxieties, a serial killer stalking the banks of the bayou, claiming victims in the dead of night. It was terrifying, yet almost seductive narrative. It offered a singular villain, a focal point for the mounting dread. One of the earliest, most poignant discoveries was Jade McKissick, a University of Houston student, young, full of life. Her passing was tragic, sparking immense grief. But as authorities investigated, the details emerged. No signs of foul play, a devastating accident perhaps, or something equally heartbreaking, but not the act of a predator. But the public, already gripped by the growing tally, struggled to reconcile in this overall picture. 5 more bodies, some unidentified for days, weeks even. Each recovery added another layer of enigma. Who were these individuals? How did they come to rest in the bayou's death? And why now? Why all at once? The official response was swift and unequivocal. Houston's mayor, the police chief, boasted before cameras, delivering the same message. There is no serial killer. This is not the work of an individual. These cases, they insisted, are unrelated. A tragic confluence of circumstances. And when you look at the raw data, the stark reality of urban life, their words hold a chilling truth. Houston's bayous are vast, complex systems. They are arteries of the city, yes, but also places of seclusion. They draw the vulnerable, the homeless, the struggling with addiction or mental health crisis. People fall, people make desperate choices, and sometimes bodies simply surface when conditions are right, when water levels shift, when the currents turn. It's a difficult truth to accept, far less dramatic than a monstrous killer. Perhaps it's in its own way equally unsettling. The idea that a city, even one as vibrant as Houston, can have so many individuals slip through the cracks unseen, unheard, until the bayou finally gives up its secrets. The fear eventually subsided. The social media storm moved on, but the bayous remain. And beneath their often tranquil surfaces, the currents continue to flow, carrying with them not just water, but the unspoken stories of a city's unseen depths. Stories that remind us that sometimes the most terrifying realities are the ones we invent, but ones that exist quietly beneath the surface. So that is the story. And the reason why I chose to go that direction with it is, as usual, like the drownings at Lady Bird Lake in Austin. The police are saying there's no foul play. There's accidental drownings. There's 18 accidental drownings in 2 years. But they're calling them accidental drownings. They're saying there's nothing nefarious at play here. So the official reports say that they're just accidents. But as I said earlier, the people of Houston are speculating a serial killer. The bayou, killer, or the bayou strangler, or whatever. Sorry, my phone went off. It wasn't supposed to, but it did. But with that being said, I, myself, personally, think that 6 bodies in 2 weeks seem like a bit much. Now, they've only released one name so far. Out of 6 people, they released one name. And out of 6 people, we know that 2 were female and 1 was male. So, based on that, they don't seem to be related to the Lady Bird Lake killers or deaths, mysterious drownings. But so they don't seem to be related to that, because in the Lady Bird Lake drownings seems to be mostly men. In this, so far, it seems to be women. Like I said, out of 6, only 3 bodies have been identified. No, only 1 body's been identified. And we know that 3 of them. Okay, let me start this sentence over because I fucked this sentence up. Out of 6 deaths, we know that 2 are female and 1's male, and only 1 has a name. That's what I'm trying to say. So they don't seem to be related to the Houston deaths, but they do seem to be related. I mean, they don't seem to be related to the Austin deaths in that sense because these seem so far to be women and Lady Bird Lake are men. However, with that being said, it does seem a little odd that 6 people have popped up dead in the bayous in 2 weeks. So while it may not be related to the Lady Bird Lake problem, it does seem to be the possibility of a serial killer. 6 bodies in 2 weeks. That's a lot of bodies. Now, if it was 6 bodies in a month, that would seem a little bit less suspicious, but still kind of high. If it was 6 bodies in 6 months, that would seem a little bit less suspicious, but still kind of off. This is 6 bodies in 2 weeks. 2 females that we know of, 1 male, and only 1 identified. I don't know what's taking so long with these. These people start popping up in September. So through 2 weeks in September, these bodies popped up. I don't know if they're still haven't told the families yet, and that's why they're not releasing names. I don't know. But that's what's going on in Houston. In the Houston bayous. So again, I can't reiterate enough. While it doesn't seem to be related to Lady Bird Lake, because that's mostly men, and this seems at this point seems to be primarily women. And that could change. As the next 3 bodies are identified, as soon as they release more to the public, it could be 4 men and 2 women. I don't know yet. Right now, it doesn't seem to be related to Lady Bird Lake. But Lady Bird Lake, in my opinion, seems like a serial killer, as we've discussed. Or maybe a group of serial killers. I'm not sure. This, as they release more information, could be, like I said, 4 men, 2 women. Could be 3 and 3. So while it doesn't seem to be related to Lady Bird Lake, it does sound like the possibility of a serial killer, or at least it does in my opinion. So that's what I have for you tonight, is the Bayou Secrets. Secrets of Houston Bayous. As more information comes out, I will be updating, either in full videos or in shorts. Again, I wasn't planning on being on this long. I just kind of reached a point where I just wasn't wanting to do it anymore for a while. But I missed you all, and that's partly why I'm back. And like I said, this came across my desk, so to speak, the other day. And I started kind of working on it then. Because the Lady Bird Lake thing is still mind-blowing. And again, I haven't heard anything new about Lady Bird Lake or any of the other lakes. Like for a while there, we were talking about the people in Chicago. We were talking about Michigan, I think. I think Washington State, New York. I think. I can't remember all the ones we talked about. But now we got something new to work on. So yeah, that's where we're at on this one. And like I said, as this comes up, as more bodies come up, as more information comes out, I will be updating. This is what we have right now. 6 bodies, 2 weeks, 2 females, 1 male, and 1 of them has a name. Or they all have names. But that's where we're at. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I look forward to hearing the comments. Or not hearing them, reading the comments. I look forward to what everybody has to say. If you live in the Houston area and you know more about it, by all means, tell me. If you don't, but you know somebody that does, and they have some information, again, pass it along to me, please. I would greatly appreciate it. But that's what we got for tonight. I do have a couple Chris Watts videos I'm going to cover. and do videos on over the next couple days. Again, I apologize. I just haven't had the money for a new laptop. That was the plan. Buy a new laptop, buy some editing software, learn how to use it, make better videos. Still the plan. It's more of a back burner plan right now, but especially with the holidays coming. But we'll get there. I'll get there. We'll get there. Anyway, I love y'all. I've missed you. If it's your birthday and I've missed it, and I probably have, happy belated birthday. If got one coming up, happy early birthday. Same thing. If you've got an anniversary I've missed, happy anniversary, birthdays. Or one coming up, happy anniversary, because I don't know. I will be putting up I will be covering 2 videos. That are 2 or 3, which means I probably will have 2 or 3 videos up, hopefully over the weekend. Like, tomorrow morning's really busy for me. But yeah, over the next few days, be looking for more Chris Watts stuff. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, if you like this, like it. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Share it with someone else you think they might like. Leave your comments. Let's talk about it. Yes, I'm back for now. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful and blessed night, and I'll talk to you later.